Hello there, Facebook. Hello, Facebook. I probably will not be before you very long. But I did want to come on here to share with you guys just a message that I was, or a tip, I guess you could say, that I was sharing on Periscope, and I also wanted to share it with you guys too. But for those of you who are newly connected with me, you may have no idea who is this girl. You may have an idea of who I am, but you've never been on a broadcast with me like this or in any shape or form. I want to tell you that, of course, my name is Dominique Hart. As you see up here in the profile area, I am a visual brand strategist. I am also the creator of my own signature method for entrepreneurs called the Dynamik Creator Method, clearly all centered around visual branding, right? And then also I am the founder of my own visual branding company called Dynamik Endeavors. And it's where we really help our clients to achieve dynamic visual brands online as well as offline, as well as offline. And while in the process of all of that good stuff is helping them to create a profitable brand in the process. And so brand and business in the process, right? And so, like I said, I was on Periscope and I was talking to them about knowing what is your focus, right? That was my main focus with them, right? In that moment, that was my main focus with them. And so it was my same recommendation to you, right? It's the same information that I wanted to share with you, because I find that, especially with people who are looking to work with our company or in any type of capacity, right? Or they want us to help design what their visual brand is for their company, or anything of that nature, when they come to work with us, one of the first questions that I ask my entrepreneurs, or my dynamic creators, as I like to call you guys, is, what is your main focus? Okay, I ask them, what is your main focus? And I don't ask that for the sake of just asking something for the sake of asking it. No. I ask that because it is paramount, right, to the overall vision that you say you want for your life. It is paramount for the ultimate goal that you are trying to push towards or do or create. And so, especially as a dynamic creator. And so, one, if I know that to be true with clients that we work with, just from a foundational level, what do you think is a part of the overall mix when it comes to you and the decisions that you're making as in regards to your brand actually is, right? And so how I even got to sharing this information today on Periscope was because of the fact that I am going into a new business venture with my cousin, with a family member of mine. And I had to ask myself the very same question. I had to ask myself the very same question. And that was, Dominique, right? When you talk about having those real moments with yourself, I had to ask myself the very same question. And I said, Dominique, what is your main focus? Does this serve your main focus? How does this work out in your favor as it regards to what you say your vision is for your life? Right? I had to ask myself that question. And so as I was answering that question and having it navigate me through my process, I thought it was important to share this yet again, because I share this on multiple different platforms. Same thing when I'm speaking, working with clients, whatever the case may be, I share this all the time, right? I share this all the time. And so it's just no different, right? It's no different. And I said, if I, right, me as the visual branding strategist herself, right, the Dominique Hart herself, right, if I have to ask myself this question, embarking on a new journey or whatever opportunity may come my way, or even starting a new project, right? Same thing with this new business venture. With the new business venture, we have to answer the same question as well, right? So it applies to many different levels. And so I said, if I still have to ask myself this question, not even still as if it goes away, because it doesn't, is if I have to ask myself, Dominique, how does this suit or fulfill your main focus? You have to also consider the same. Right? Hey, sis, how are you? Right? You have to, good. You have to ask yourself the same. This new business venture that I'm going on, this new opportunity that's placed before me, right? This new, this new, job that's been offered to me, right? Whatever that is for you, you have to ask yourself, is this my main focus? Does this help my main focus? Right? Because if it doesn't, and I was sharing this on Periscope, that if it doesn't, you need to let it go. If you can't find a way for it to fulfill your main focus, right? Whatever those goals, those visions, whatever you set out for your life, whatever that is, if it does not help to fulfill that, you need to let it go. You need to let that opportunity pass you on by, because in the end, it's not going to serve your main focus. And if we only have but one life to live, you don't have time to spread yourself in areas that does not apply to what you said you want out of your own life or business, right? The same thing applies. Yes? And so, like I said, I recently am coming into a new business venture, right? Not taking away from what I do as a visual brand strategist, right? Because this is my main focus. What I do and why I do it is my main focus. But the same thing applied to me as I'm going down this new journey, right? I had to ask myself the same question in order to move forward. Let me say that again. I had to ask myself this same question as I decided to move forward with this idea, right? To move forward with this new business. Yes? And so a lot of you guys are, especially to my multi-passionate entrepreneurs out there, you know I'm talking to you. Okay? You know I'm talking to you. Right? And so a lot of times you're faced with all these different ideas and, I'd be good at this and I'd be good at that and I'd be this and this and that, right? Happens all the time. As visionaries, I get it. Trust me when I tell you, I get it, right? The same thing happens, when you are, hit with all of these different opportunities, right? It's going to happen, right? Especially if you're really good at what you do. It is definitely going to happen, right? Where you're going to be hit with different opportunities. You're going to be hit with different business ideas. You're going to be hit with different, job offerings, right? If you're really good at what you do, right? If you're an expert like you say you are at what you do, these opportunities are going to show themselves, right? But the ultimate job that you have as a multi-passionate entrepreneur, as a visionary, or as a business owner, period, is asking yourself, what is my main focus? If this is a question that you cannot answer, take a moment, take as long as you need to answer that question, to come to at least an idea as to what that is. And I'm going to take a sip of this tea because, as you guys can hear, I'm kind of nasally. I'm kind of sick. Yummy. But you have to take that time. It is necessary. And not just for the sake of, woo-woo or anything like that. Let me find my life's ultimate purpose. Yes, that is a huge, huge part of it. But hear me when I tell you, when you are coming up against different decisions that you have to make in your life, you are going to constantly find yourself having to answer this very same question again and again and again and again, as I did in this new business venture. Let me be very clear. I get asked about being a part of different opportunities all the time. All the time. Okay? All the time, right? Hey, Dom, we're starting this business and we think that you'd be great for doing X, Y, and Z, right? Or, hey, Dom, I have this new opportunity. I'd love for you to check out this video. Or, hey, Dom, I'm about to sell this company. I would love it. It would be fantastic if you could just take it over. Hey, Dom, I get it all the time. Hey, Dom, we're starting this new project and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Hey, Dom, I'd love for you to come speak at X, Y, and Z. Here's our budget. I get asked about opportunities all the time. And the number one question that I have to ask myself is, Dominique, this may sound good or it may not sound that good, but either way, Dominique, is this a part of your main focus? Guys, if it's not a part of my main focus, my answer will always be no. My answer will always be no. Why? Because of the fact that, right, I only have but so much time on this earth. I want to be here forever. I want to be fantastic and fabulous and amazing forever. But I only have but so much time to be great and to be fantastic on this earth. Right? So why would I waste my energies elsewhere if it's not going to fulfill this ultimate vision that I see for my life? If it's not going to fulfill this ultimate vision that I see for my future, family, business, whatever, if it's not going to fulfill that, my answer should be no, right? Yeah, it should be no. It better be no. Because that means I'll be able to devote more time to what I deem as necessary, to what I deem as important. Yes? And so the same thing will apply for you. For even a lot of you, you guys are coming up against this same thing, right? And how you bring it back to center, how you bring it back to what applies in your life, right? And if you're stopping on by, say hello to me, right? Say hello to me. I know this is good, but say hello too, right? But needless to say, even for those of you who are watching the replay, because I do see the comments afterwards, okay? So the same thing applies, right? Is the business venture that I'm going down, does this apply to what my main focus is? This event that I want to go speak at, does it serve my main purpose? This new job opportunity that I might be gunning for, or it may have been presented to me, is this going to be my main focus? Does it help my main focus? If it does, go for it and give your all to it, right? Because it leaves you fulfilled, or at least it should leave you fulfilled at the end of the day, right? But if it's not, keep it moving, right? Keep it moving. Yes? And so I also mentioned on the Periscope, on my scoop, I mentioned the aspect of money, right? The aspect of where money is coming from, opportunities, things of that nature. And I said bluntly that, when you hear people say, you can make, there's opportunity everywhere, money can be made in everything and everything like that. There's opportunity all around you. You just have to find it. Right? You hear all of those things. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's absolutely true. Okay? I'm here to tell you that it's absolutely true. You absolutely can make money no matter where you look. Online, offline, affiliates, whatever the case may be, you can absolutely do that, right? And if this is good, share it because it's going to be good, right? You can absolutely do that. You can make millions of dollars in the food industry. You can make millions of dollars, in nonprofit life, right? That's possible. You can make your millions of dollars as an affiliate, as I talked about. You can make your millions of dollars in creating in notebooks, right? Stationery. You can make millions of dollars in anything that you put your mind to. You can make millions of dollars by offering services. You can make your millions and your billions in so many different ways. And there's nothing wrong. Someone asked me a question on Periscope about this. She said, what happens if what do you think about diversifying your income? I said, absolutely. That is a wealth principle, right? Absolutely. That is a true and honest wealth principle. Yes. And so I'm not saying don't diversify your income, right? I'm asking you that with the diversified assets that you have going on, does it serve your main focus? What is that main focus for you? You have to determine that, right? You have to determine that. If you do not determine, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that, Robin. Hi, Robin. Thank you for sharing that, right? You have to actually determine what that is. Yeah. Because if you've ever heard anybody, I sell this and I do that, and they have 20 different titles, but none of them actually match up to make one. That's not good. That is not good. It actually does not work in your favor to do all of these different things to make $1, right? To make $1 only to come to find out that one doesn't actually fulfill the other, or you're being pulled in one direction over here and pulled in another direction over here, all for the sake of $1. Do not let money cause you to spread yourself thin and miss why you are here on this earth. Miss why you are trying to create these dynamic endeavors in your life and in your business. Do not let the hunt of money create all of these variations of what you did not deem to be important or necessary in your life. Don't do it. Don't do it, right? Because that's where burnout happens. That is where stress happens. That is where not being fulfilled happens. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Right? That is where all of these elements happen. And the key part about this, and I'm glad you're here, Alicia, because I know you can attest to this, right? Is because of the fact that even as designers, right? And I talked about this earlier on in this live, right? But even as designers, we have to know the very same question as it relates to your business. We have to know, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. We have to know what is it about your business that is the main focus so that we know what result we need to provide for you. It's not a woo-woo thing, right? It's not we're just putting you on this goose chase so that we can buy ourselves more time. No, we do that because it is important. Hear me when I tell you, it is important for you to know what is your main focus so that not only can you navigate your endeavors, but so that anyone who works for you or with you or for your purpose can actually fall in line to make it happen for you. But they can't do that if they don't know, why are you doing this in the first place? What purpose is this going to serve? Right? Because you can have a hair business over here and a shoe business over here, and that's absolutely fine. But when it comes down to branding, okay, how does this all tie in together as it relates to you and what you're trying to do? A lot of people can't answer that question. A lot of people's answer is, well, it makes good money. Okay, it makes good money, and then what? When we talk, listen to me. when you're talking about creating Dynamik Endeavors, it is the name of my company, right? My visual branding company. If you have never heard of me before, my name is Dominique Hart. I am a visual branding strategist, and I'm also the founder of my own visual branding company where we help our clients to create Dynamik Endeavors and a beautiful visual brand, both online and offline, all while helping them to create a profitable business in the process, right? And I'm a little sick right now, so I sound a little nasally, but I still had to get on here and share this with y'all, okay? So, I gotta tell the people, right? So that's why I'm here with you guys today, right? And so, needless to say, a lot of people can't answer this question. Right? Especially when people try to come and work with us, right? That's one of the main questions that I ask, because you cannot create Dynamik Endeavors in your business. You cannot create Dynamik Endeavors in your life. Yes, you have to know from the core of exactly, right? Yeah. Oh, you know what you heard, who you serve and what your ideal client will walk away with after dealing with you. Exactly. We have to know that. Right? Same thing with your assistants. Same thing with videographers. Same thing with photographers. Same thing with your web designers, right? You have to know what that specific focus is. Because without it, we can't design without you. I say this all the time. We cannot create Dynamik Endeavors without you. It's not a matter of, hey, I had this idea. Y'all go ahead and brand it. I'll see you later. Girl, no. Boo, no. Boy, no. Right? It does not work that way. Right? And so, like I said, if I had to come into this very same question with this new business endeavor, right? Nothing wrong with being diversified, but does it suit your crickets? Okay? All the crickets. Alicia, all the crickets, right? If no matter how you diversify your income, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with diversifying your income, I need for y'all to hear me. Make this money, honey, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But in the process, does this ultimately suit your main focus? Dominique, what are you talking about when you're talking about the main focus, right? A lot of you guys really want to help people. You really want to serve people. You really want to be there for people. That is a kingdom aspect about you, by the way. Just saying, right? But in order to do that, how are you going to do that? Maybe that's where your business ideas are coming from. Maybe that's where your books or all those kind of things are coming from, right? But in you navigating how you're going to do this, make sure that you're always bringing it back to what that main focus is. So if your main focus, and I'm just using this as an example, right? If your main focus is to help more people, okay, then selling a toothbrush, I said this on the scope, so I'm saying it again because it was good, right? But selling a toothbrush might not cut it in terms of fulfilling what that main focus is. Is that making sense? Right? So when we're talking about being entrepreneurs and empire builders and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of hard to build an empire if they all don't mesh together and build the same vision. Kind of hard. Real hard, right? And so don't make it hard because it's not supposed to be, right? And I used this and I shared this example in terms of Russell Brunson? I keep saying his name wrong and I don't mean to. But with him and his brands, right? He has trust and believe, okay? He has his hand in multiple pots. Yes? In multiple different business ventures. Yes? But they're all virgin brands because they all, yes, Brunson, perfect. Yes, Russell Brunson. Yes? So he has his hand in all of these different brands, but notice they're all virgin connected. They're all virgin specific. When you connect them all together, they have one common theme amongst them all. Whether it be innovation, whether it be thinking forward, whether it be advancement, whether it be empowerment of some sort, whether it be embracing individuality, all of his brands do just that, right? All of his brands do just that, right? And so he knows what his main focus is. Do you know yours? If empire building is what you say you want to do you know yours? He knows his. Why do I tell you to do this? Not only so that you can navigate where you're trying to go, but so that you can also navigate where you're not, hear me, where you're not trying to go as well. Same thing goes for design. Because if you actually can pinpoint what it is that your main focus is and what it is not, then you know, then your designer or whoever is working on your behalf, assistants, whoever, whatever, right? Whatever they're actually doing on your behalf, they'll be able to know, you know what? Let me not design it this way because that's not what she's trying to do. Now you lessen the chance of you getting what you did not desire and increase what you do desire. So you can actually, like I said before, move your endeavors forward. Move your main focus forward. It is paramount that you get to the bottom line of this. It is paramount that you navigate and pinpoint what this is. Because the same way how I'm telling you that you knowing what your main focus is going to help you to push forward your endeavors and keep away the ones that you don't, is the same way how is it Richard or Russell Brunson? Lord have mercy. Russell Brunson. Y'all, I'm not feeling well, so y'all gonna have to work with me. Right? I was saying it right on the scope earlier. I don't know what happened. So the same thing with him. You can't just bring any old endeavor to him. It has to suit his main focus, right? He has the money. The money ain't going nowhere, right? He has the money. But his money, every time he allocates it to something, it has a focus. It has a mission. It has a direction. And he does not play around with that. If y'all think that these millionaires and these billionaires just be sitting around just throwing money all over the place, you are wrong. They want to know, am I being fulfilled in what I'm investing in? And is this going to provide me a return so that I can continue to do more of what I love and have more of what I want? Ask yourself, does this fit my focus? What is my main focus? You need to navigate those grounds. You need to navigate. Richard Branson! There we go. Oh, I just turned on the light. There we go. Oh, Lord, my goodness. Your brand speaks to who you are. Your products and aesthetics only enhance that. Boom. Exactly. Right? And so he can't create, right? Richard Branson, I was saying Russell. Lord help me. Let me sip this tea, child. Does it suit your main focus? When somebody comes to you and they say, hey girl, hey, and they try to, they try to have the nice conversation before they ask what they really want to ask. I tell you, I get these opportunities all the time, right? They try to be nice and sweet, like, hey, how you doing, girl? And then they hit you with the question, I have this new business venture, whatever the case may be, or I've been seeing what you've been doing with X, Y, and Z, and I'd love for you guys to be a part of it, or I'd love for you to be a part of it. As these opportunities present themselves to you, because they will continue to present themselves, okay, you'll be able to better navigate and better give a yes or no answer the same way how Richard Branson will. Right? Does this fit my main focus? He will ask himself, for everything that I'm trying to do with this Virgin brand, does it fit that? Even if he is not the decision maker in that, and he has other managers and C-suite execs making that decision, the decision is still the same. The question is still the same. No matter how sophisticated and how bright and light you put it, the question still remains. Right? The question still remains. What is my main focus? Does this help serve my main focus? If it doesn't, let it go. Because if it doesn't, that you will get an answer from Richard Branson saying, excuse me, no, this is not going to work. We're going to have to pass on this one. We're going to have to pass on this opportunity. Actually, you know what? This sounds interesting, but if you can change these things over here, we may be willing to reconsider. Why? Because they have a duty to their overall mission of what they're trying to accomplish in this land, in this earth, during their time. And they have an obligation to see that it comes to its fullest fruition. Right? And the same mandate goes for you. Does this suit my main focus? The same way I had to ask myself that same question with this new business endeavor is the same way you're going to come up against it as well. And so I saw it fitting, right? I saw it fitting that, thank you. I just saw that. So thank you for that, right? The same way that I had to ask myself the same question is the same way it's going to happen for you. Even with this same question, it's going to actually help you to navigate what your first steps will be. It's going to help you to actually navigate what the first step will be. This is important, y'all. Because a lot of you guys are running around here like a chicken with your head cut off, and you guys do not have a focus as to what you're doing at the end of the day. 1 minute you're selling It Works, the next minute you're selling tennis shoes, the next minute you're selling chocolates, the next minute you're an attorney, the next minute you're an accountant, and the next minute you're this and the next minute you're that. Listen to me when I say this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, boo-boo. Nothing. Live your dreams, live your life, be as wonderful as you want to be. But in everything that you are doing, does it suit your main focus? If it does not, it creates a brand that is scattered, that is misdirected, and that does not serve a main purpose for a global impact. For a global impact, not for a local one. And if that is your purpose, I do not knock it either. Right? Yes, all over the place, sis, all over the place, just branding all over the place, right? And it does not create a positive brand for you. It actually makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. I don't want that for you, right? Branding 5 different people for one check. Okay. Amen. Amen, lights. Okay. It does not suit, if it does not suit that main purpose, you need not be doing it. Right? And so the same way how I will have to navigate, right, what this new brand venture is going to be is the same way I had to apply those same questions to even my brand. Dominique Hart is a brand. Y'all see this? Hold on. Let me try to, hold on. There we go. Boom. You see this? You see that? Dominique Hart is a brand. You, my love, are a brand. Okay? So you can have your hand in multiple pots, but at the end of the day, the brand that you need to be most concerned about is brand me. Brand me. You need to be concerned about brand me. And you can't do that. Hear me. You can't do that if you do not navigate and say, what is my main focus? Because those business opportunities will continue to come. People will see your gifts and your talents and will want to utilize them. That is normal. That is okay. But it is up to you to say yes and no to what makes sense for you. That's your job, not theirs. Their job will always be to see the next big opportunity that is going to help them and maybe help you in the process, right? If they're thoughtful enough. Yeah. But it is ultimately your duty and your job to say, you know what? This is actually going to work. And I can actually see how it ties back to what my main focus is. That is how I was able to make that decision about this new business venture. I'll tell you guys more about it when the time is right. Okay? But in the learning moments moving forward, I have to share them with you not because I just want to run my mouth about it, but because I get my entrepreneurs that come to us and want to work with our company and they're stuck in this place or they're having a hard time navigating it. And so we have to pull out the details to help them along the way. And so how can I help you to navigate that? By sharing this moment with you. This very moment that I'm sharing with you is what allowed me to say yes to this particular opportunity and no to the 20 other ones that have come my way. I get asked to be a part of people's businesses all the time. Why? Because I have a knack for building businesses. I have a knack for building brands. I have a knack for this business life. And people see that. And I get the inboxes and I get the opportunities and I get the conversations and I get the one-on-ones. I get them. Right? I don't publicize them all. That's not my main focus, right? But they happen. Yes? And so as I'm able to navigate what is for me and what is not for me, I want the same for you. Even if you're encountering me for the first time, just hear the words that I'm saying. Right? How does this business opportunity suit my main focus? How does this job opportunity suit my main focus? If your main focus is your kids, hear me. If your main focus is your kids and being there for your kids, right? If that's one of your main focuses, then therefore every opportunity that comes before you and that is placed before you or shown before you should line up with making room for that main focus, with elevating that main focus, with supporting that main focus. If that is your kids, then that means that that business opportunity needs to work around your schedule as a parent. Right? Then that means that opportunity needs to be lucrative enough to provide for the kids that you want or that you have. Do you see how this all lines up? So if it doesn't, and you say that your kids are your main focus, then you know, right? Then you know, yes, I will go with this opportunity. No, it does not suit this. Maybe go back, change some details, and maybe we can revisit. Or just saying no altogether so that you can stay and focus your energies on what you say, not anyone else, but what you say is important to you. Sound good? Sound good? The ability to be clear and saying yes and no to an opportunity is more, it's more of a lighter feeling than anything. Clarity is worth the investment in. If that means you're investing time to find your clarity, invest it. If that means finding your clarity means investing dollars, do that. Investing money to have someone help you to find that, do that. Because that will actually help to create more money for you down the line. Because you'll be creating more money, but not only that, you'll be creating more money in what you say fulfills you, in what you deem to be important to you. Let this be a reminder to you. And if you're learning this for the first time, fantastic. I'm glad you're here. At any point that you're watching this, right? And so guys, I just wanted to come to you really quick with that because of the fact that I know that there's a lot, especially to my multi-passionate entrepreneurs out there. I know that you wrestle with this. And this is one of those key ways that's going to help to make all the difference for you. I want that for you. Sound good? All right now, right? And so the same way I had to ask myself the same question is the same way that I want you guys to be navigating as well, right? Because it made all the difference for me to sit back and say, you know, this sounds good, but how does this actually work with what I'm ultimately trying to do here? Once I didn't say yes before I could answer this question now. Hear me. Oh, thank you, love, right? I didn't say yes before I could answer this question. I said yes to this opportunity after I was able to answer this question. It made all the difference. It made my heart sing. Once right, as a dynamic creator, I teach you guys this all the time. If you've been following me on any platform or for any amount of time, if you've seen me in person or whatever that matches up to be, right? You know that I talk about this. You have the power to actually design what your endeavors are. You get to design, now shameless plug, you get to design what your dynamic endeavors are. You get that power as a dynamic creator. You do. No one else but you. Yes? And so with that, if I get a chance to design that, I had to sit in my dynamic creator seat for a second and say, okay, this sounds good. How can I make this work on my behalf? And I had to sit with it. And notice, I didn't sit with this for 2 years. Hear me. I didn't sit with this for a lot of you guys are sitting on answers for way too long. Like by the time you make the decision, the opportunity is so dead. It's going to take just a life pump just to bring it back to life because you sat on this thing. Oh, you know, I'm thinking about it. Oh, I don't know. I need to pray about it. God answers prayers a lot more quickly than what you audition out. Stop. Right? And the only way that you are able to make those speedy answers, right, Alicia, sit with it, right? The only way that you are able to make those speedy answers and those decisions is by being clear, by being decisive, and ultimately, like I've been talking about on this whole entire live, right, is by answering this one question. What is my main focus? Is it going to help me to enhance what my main focus is? Is it going to help me to enhance what my main focus is? Is it going to help me to enhance it? Is it going to help me to accelerate it? Is it going to help me to uplift it? Is it going to help me to fulfill it? Hear me. This made, when I finally figured it out and got the revelation like, oh my goodness, it made the world of a difference with me. Made a world of a difference with me. It's how I make my business transactions. It's how I choose the tools that I want to use in my business. It's how I select services that are used in my business or that I even solicit for my own self. These are all of the various ways in which I do that. I ask myself, will this enhance my main focus? Will this fulfill it? Will it do the job? All right. So I'll leave you guys with that. Like I said, I was on my Periscope because it was on my heart to actually share it. I was just like, wow, like I had to take my own medicine the other day. I constantly do. That's like, I always say, I can't tell you what I didn't do, right? Or I may suggest something to you that'll actually help you, but ultimately I can't tell you what I didn't do. right? And if I have to ask myself this question on multiple occasions in order to get where I'm getting and getting the success that I have now, you're not exempt, because you are going to have these very same situations that you're going to come up against, and you are going to need to be able to answer this question, because it's your job to make sure that your focus or your purpose is fulfilled. Not the person bringing the opportunity to you. The person bringing the opportunity to you, they're doing their job. Can I tell you? The person bringing the opportunity to you, they're doing their job. Are you doing yours? Fulfill your mission, fulfill your focus, right? And the same thing applies, right? And that is good. That was good. Every time I say that, that just hits a part of my soul. The person bringing the opportunity to you, they're doing their job. They see something that will actually further their endeavors. They see something in you. They see your talents in a way that is actually positive on their behalf and hopefully ultimately yours. But are you doing your job by making sure that that opportunity that is being brought to you is actually working on your behalf as well? You got to think about that. Okay. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. I do have a link above. I did an online masterclass. It was about, I think we were on there for like 4 hours or so. It was more like an intensive more than a masterclass, quite frankly. All around website design, right? And not really website design, but literally how to plan and design your captivating website for profit. Really, really great masterclass. And so I've gotten different inboxes about it. I got different questions about it on Periscope. And so I thought instead of doing away and leaving that just for the people who participated in the masterclass live, I actually decided to extend the replay of the masterclass to everyone else who did not get a chance to be a part of that opportunity. And so I welcome you to do that. This is actually the first time that I've done this masterclass online. I've always done them offline or in breakout sessions or speaking or anything of that nature that I've always done in the past. And it's also, of course, a part of how we service our clients in Dynamik Endeavors, but I've never done this specific masterclass online before. And so it's the first time that I brought it online, had a really unique and small group, really, really exciting. We had a lot of fun, did some work, did a website critique on there as well, because, you know, that's what they invested in. And needless to say, it was really great. And so if I didn't think that it would have been a great bonus to you and your business, I would not suggest it at all. And so if you want more information about that, what you'll learn in the masterclass, what we covered in the masterclass, definitely go ahead and click the link that is in this description above. Okay. And definitely go ahead and check that out for sure. It is $199 until Monday. Okay. After it hits Monday, it will not be $199 anymore. All right. That is the live special that I offered it at. I have never offered a masterclass that low before. So honey, I would take this up now, cause if I ever do it again, if I ever did it again, it would be in May. Because we have our Dynamik Creator Summit coming up. So I'm in the middle of doing that. So I'm working for y'all, okay? As much as I'm getting these goals and getting these coins out here, I'm working for y'all. Okay, working for y'all. But needless to say, I am offering you guys to get access to that replay. It is $199. It is less than the average course out there. It is an in-depth masterclass, comes with a handbook to actually walk you through what's being talked about in the class, gave you some great examples, and you guys get access to our members only Facebook group. It's not a public one. I don't have a public Facebook group. I've been asked plenty of times, hey, do you have a Facebook group so we can learn more? My answer is always no, right? Because of the fact that I want to pour into people who invest into themselves. And so as a result of you purchasing the masterclass, it is only for clients and customers only. That's what our Facebook group is for. You get access to that. Okay. You get access to that. And, in the group, you're able to ask me any questions. So as you're going through the masterclass and you come up against a question, pop in the group, ask the question. You know, me and my team are here to help you, right? And so I'll be there in the group. You ask a question, I'm going to be there. Okay. So this is something that we newly started, in terms of our client only or customer only, Facebook group. So the only way you can get in there is actually pay for something, right? To become a client, to be a part of the Dynamic Creator movement, right? And that's how you do that. And so that's exclusive access to me. Something that I'm going to be planning on doing more of in the group, just saying, is doing more website critiques in the group, right? Because I get your questions all the time. Hey, Dominique, can you look at this? Can you do that? Can you do? I'm here for it all. And so that I'm willing to help you guys do that in the group. But the only way to get in the group is for you to purchase that masterclass. If you are in the process of creating a website, if you already have your website and you are in the phase where you feel like I really just have to DIY this right now, that's absolutely fine. That is why I did this masterclass. I did this masterclass to share with you the best of the knowledge that I have from my advertising background and from what I do as a visual branding strategist in my company, Dynamik Endeavors. It is for you to benefit. And so I did not hold back in this masterclass. So you're actually getting way more than that. Even $199 is actually less than what it is to sit with me one-on-one. So I highly suggest that you get your hands on that. Not doing a hard sell. I'm really offering this as a resource to you, honestly, because that's ultimately why, right? Going back to what my main focus is, it is to help in this endeavor. It is to help you to create dynamic endeavors. And this is one of the many ways in which I am doing that. And so I encourage you to take advantage of it. It will be $199 until Monday. After that, it will be $297 for the lifetime of its existence. Okay. And needless to say now, you can come back 5 years from now and still buy that masterclass. It's still going to be $297. Still going to be good. Promise you. Because these principles are never going away when it comes to your website. Okay. But when it comes to investing in yourself, of course, I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys, because if you are aware of me, then you know about investment, right? I do talk about that often. But needless to say, that is your opportunity to take advantage of that. And I highly, highly encourage you to do that. All right, guys. But needless to say, do that, because even for those, do that, yes, get the masterclass, but even for the sake of asking yourself, what is my main focus for my life, for my endeavors, for my business, for my family, whatever those categories are to you, or maybe it's one umbrella of a focus. You need to make sure that your endeavors that you embark on, no matter what they are, line up with that main focus. You need to make sure whoever you hire in your company serves that main focus, has the heart to amplify that main focus. The same thing applies to those who are working on your behalf, right? Same thing applies to us in Dynamik Endeavors with me and my team. If we are creating on your behalf, best believe we are going to ask you, what is your main focus at the end of the day? We are going to ask you that, right? Not because it's just fun to ask, but because it is necessary for the success of our job to be able to create on your behalf in this regard. We can't do it without you. And so we have to ask that question, right? And we tackle that in a lot of different forms just through our own dynamic creative process, right? A dynamic process, I should say. And we do that on multiple fronts, but needless to say, even on your own, you need to execute this on your own as well. Sound good? I hope this sounds good. I hope this was good. Like I said, definitely you want to get your hands on that masterclass. It will be there $199 until Monday. All right. Until Monday, which I believe is the 26th. I think. Let me check my calendar, child. Hold on here. Okay. Make sure I'm telling y'all the right date. Yes, the 26th. I just had to check that really quick. But yes, so until the 26th, right? March 26th, you'll be able to get that for $199 until Monday. After that, it will be $297. Still worth it because it's hours and hours of training. But needless to say, I would get it right now because who doesn't like a good deal? Right? Just saying. All right, guys. So I'm going to head on out of here. I'm going to say this voice of mine. I am feeling better today. I was feeling sick over the weekend, as all this great business stuff was bubbling up. But needless to say, I am feeling better. It's just all in the nose right now and in the voice and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to take care. I'm going to take care of that today while getting some more work done. If I show you this whiteboard with all the to-do lists that I have to do, child, you're going to be like, Dom, that's why I'm dynamic. I can get it all done today. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good day. Get all client work done, get all business stuff done, conversations, calls. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be good on this snow day. It's going to be good. So I wanted to leave you guys with that. I will not be before you guys any longer. I got things to do. But until next time, you guys will see more of me moving forward. I have been neglecting y'all. I have been over on Periscope. People have just been asking so many great questions. And you guys know, like, if you don't know by now, I love to help anytime, any way that I can, while being profitable, right? But needless to say, I do love to help. So that's what I've been doing on Periscope lately. But I know that a lot of you guys inbox me here on Facebook as well. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I shared my wisdom with you in that regard as well. If you are new to me, I will leave you with this. My name is Dominique Hart. Welcome to a live stream with me, to a typical deep, live stream with me. Try to give as much wisdom as I possibly can as it relates to being a dynamic creator. I'm also the founder of my own signature method for entrepreneurs called the Dynamik Creator Method, as well as the founder of my own visual branding company that I adore called Dynamik Endeavors. And it's where we help our clients to really create a dynamic visual brand online and offline, all while helping them to create a profitable business in the process. And so we do that in our own unique, dynamic way. And it is my pleasure to share some insight with you about that whole process and what it takes to be a dynamic creator, which is my main focus, right? And so it was my pleasure to share with you guys today. I'm going to head off. I got some tea waiting for me and this voice of mine because I am not feeling well, and I'm going to make the best of today and get as much done today as I can. But I had to drop in here and share this wisdom nugget with you guys as I myself am on my own dynamic creator journey, right? And so I saw it as a benefit. I hope it was helpful to you. And that is it from me today. Take care. And most of all, don't forget to be dynamic. All right? Take care. Bye.